Prosecutors are pressuring YNW Bortlen to testify against Melly by filing paperwork to have both of them tried together, seemingly for a specific purpose.
Try them together. It is for the benefit of the state to try them together, just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. We're seeking the penalty on one, not the other. But that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
It's only logical that if Bortlen is facing charges for the deaths of Sack Chaser and Juvie, despite knowing he wasn't responsible, he might start shifting blame toward Melly. Throughout the process, Bortlen has remained loyal to Melly, even though Melly's team tried to pin the crime on him in the first trial. After all, those were his friends.
Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car, two bodies, car riddled with bullets. When he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hand, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having the phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in the pocket, not Cortland Henry.
As his lawyer revealed, it was always Bortlen who lied to the feds, had gunpowder residue on his hands, and was the last person seen with Sack Chaser and Juvie after they passed. A forensic scientist confirmed the presence of gunpowder on Bortlen's hands during the first trial.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained two component particles, and the left hand contained one particle characteristic of residue and one two-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was residue present on the hands.
Bortlen wasn't happy about this, so when Melly's first trial ended in a mistrial, he posted a cryptic tweet that same day. The tweet read, "Mind games don't work on people like me," ending with a handshake emoji, making it seem like he was hinting at accepting some kind of deal. However, this is just the beginning of Melly's recent troubles. LN Other News, Melly's mom started trending after announcing that she launched a fans account while he remains on trial. She later appeared in an interview explaining her reasons for creating it and revealing how much money she has made.
You decided to break the internet the other day. You saying that you're YNW Melly's mom and you're about to hit fans.
Why not? You make money while you sleep, and I turned 40 this year. Why not do something crazy?
Did you start it yet, though?
What? My only? Yeah.
How much you made the first day? I just need to know the first day.
The first day was pretty epic. It was pretty epic.
Give me a ballpark figure.
Like 40-ish, 50.
One day?
Day one.
This shocked the internet, prompting academics to share his thoughts on the situation.
YNW Melly's mom has announced that she's going to be starting to own. And I got to be honest with y'all, man. This is perplexing. The reason why it's perplexing is because I can't understand why she's doing this. Your son is fighting for his life. How much, there are certain mothers in hip hop, and you probably can name a few, I won't name all of them, that I feel like their son became stars, but they also wanted to be stars as well. Blueface's mom is one of them. The situation between Melly's mom and Melly, I always thought was interesting, but I never thought she would do this. If you're wondering if she's doing this for money, this can't be a money. Like, no way in hell.
Academics believes it's not about the money, but social media disagreed. Meanwhile, Melly's mom and brother have spoken about his spending habits. While his mom tries to make it seem like everything is fine, his brother has called out Melly for his excessive spending.
I would assume that he spent a lot of money on lawyers. Like an amount that would probably...
That kid spent a lot of money on a lot of things that shouldn't been spent on.
Really? Like what else?
And cars, jewelry. And he's not even out to wear the jewelry. I'm like, why are you buying jewelry? You're not here to wear the jewelry.
No, definitely lawyers are probably the best thing you can spend.
That's what I throw. But he's good with lawyers, bro. Like, money ain't an issue for him. He's fine. But it's just like, there's a lot of stuff that should have went to lawyers that he didn't spend on lawyers. I'm like, bro. And now it's like, he don't even want to change no more.
In defense of Melly's mother, she has endured a lot throughout his trial and may be using this as a distraction from the stress. There have been multiple instances where Melly had to check in and ask if she was okay. However, Melly's financial struggles are only worsening, especially with his ex-girlfriend returning to the United States. It was announced that Mariah Hamilton was released from the Paul Reen detention facility on February 8th, following a judge's ruling at an emergency hearing. This hearing marked the first time Melly and Mariah had seen each other in person since he surrendered himself in February 2019. When Melly walked into the courtroom and saw her for the first time in 6 years, he couldn't help but smile, though he tried to avoid too much eye contact. According to sources in the courtroom, he even teared up. However, Mariah's return isn't necessarily good news for him. Following her release, she expressed gratitude to her family and friends in a Facebook post on February 9th, writing, "And to my village, thank you. To my village, I love y'all so much. God's plan, not mine." She also made it clear that she wasn't happy about the courtroom proceedings being broadcast on local news.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
Having experienced jail herself, Mariah has no desire to go back. The feds already know what happened to Sack Chaser and Juvie. All they need is for Mariah to confirm it during the retrial. She has reportedly agreed to do so as part of the deal that secured her release. The feds also exposed findings from her iCloud account, revealing suspicious activity linked to Melly. This evidence suggested that he pressured her not to testify in the trial, which is considered witness tampering, a charge that carries a life sentence, regardless of whether Melly was responsible for Sack Chaser and Juvie's deaths.
Six new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
With Mariah involved in the second trial, she could be the one to seal Melly's fate. People from her hometown have shared that she was on a call with him the night of the crime. Even Juvie's father looked into Mariah and uncovered the coded language Melly allegedly used to distance her from the case initially.
It was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone. He was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person, and then that person.
They like me. They going for extreme measures, try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna, and they said Rocky's baby mom.
With the state pursuing a witness tampering charge against Melly, they have cut off his access to jail phones and restricted his ability to read his mail. Jamie King has spoken out against this, calling it unfair since Melly has not yet been convicted of any charges.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
With these privileges revoked, it likely means the state has evidence of Melly's alleged tampering and is holding on to it for court. They can't risk him communicating with the outside world and potentially influencing more people. However, this hasn't made things any easier for Jamie King, who has expressed her heartbreak over the situation.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
With Melly's mother speaking out about the case, it quickly gained attention online. Charleston White also weighed in, stating that Melly deserves to be in jail.